All right, here we go. Coaches out, trainers out. We are here for players only. And we're welcoming in Mike Matheson, the Montreal Canadiens. How you doing, Matty?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Where are you at right now?
But just at home in Montreal.
Nice.
We play LA tomorrow night.
At home, that's great. We got a little caw for you. We got Boston.
There it was.
There you go.
Got to hit that high note. You really got to get up there, Brad.
Yeah,
You're too much of a.
that hurts my ears.
It does actually. It's quite piercing.
That's enough, please, in the back. Thank you. Thanks for coming on, first of all. And how has it been in Montreal? You're from there. We want to just quickly, briefly give the viewers here a little bit of a background. You played in Florida. You went over to Pittsburgh. I was fortunate enough to play with them in both spots. How's it been back home in Montreal playing for the hometown team?
It's been great. I mean, I think when I first found out that I was going to be traded there, it was a bit of a shock. They were my favorite team growing up, and so I don't know if it's necessarily set in. Being that kid that grew up idolizing the team and now getting to play for them, I think I've been trying to do my best to not think about it too much and just focus on playing. But obviously being home close to family has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's good information there because Brian and I have talked in the past. We're both from Boston guys. Went to Boston College. That's what the Eagle sound was. Is we all went to Boston College. For anybody who didn't know that, but yeah, there it is again. Yep, just making me deaf.
It's got to stop now.
But Brian and I have talked about playing in our hometown at any point, that if we had played in Boston professionally, how that would have gone would have been a lot, would have been too much pressure, too much distraction. How have you found being back in Montreal? Has it been overwhelming, or have you been able to manage, being home with family and friends and people kind of needing stuff out of you?
I think there's definitely a lot more that goes into it than say when I was playing in Florida. I was so far from Montreal that there weren't a lot of people in Montreal or in Florida that were looking for a visit here and there, or tickets to the game or anything like that. Obviously, there's a lot more of that here in Montreal. But like I said, I've just been trying to do my best to take advantage of the fact that my parents get to see the grandson whole lot more than they would have if I was playing any other place, and take advantage of the the part that it's a dream come true to be able to play for the team that I grew up idolizing, and let the rest kind of fall where it may.
Well, as a Canadian kid, typically we see them take the major junior route. When did you decide that college was going to be your play, and when did you decide on BC?
Well, that was actually pretty tough because I was playing in Montreal and in midget at the time, and the Q draft was coming up and rankings were coming out and stuff like that. And so, my parents and I really kind of had to look at both options and see which would be best. So I think ultimately I decided to go the college route first, and then kind of narrow down on a school after that. I mean, you guys know once you get on campus and at BC, it's pretty remarkable. And I think for me, it was really when I got to spend time with the players on the team. Kevin Hayes was the guy that actually brought me around and showed me the campus, and I stayed with him, and he was kind of my tour guide for the whole time. And him and the rest of the guys on the team were one of the big reasons that I could really see myself going there and fitting in and enjoying it.
Hazy, what a beauty.
What a beauty. This is clearly a sales pitch to get people to go to Boston College for anybody watching.
Yeah.
But on that note, that fraternity, the guys who played at Boston College, one thing that's known amongst all players, and we love and respect him to death, is Jerry York. He's a unique character. He's got a lot of interesting sayings and mannerisms. Do you have any good stories from Jerry, or any good impressions? I mean, we all know the cripes. He used to give that a lot because he never swore. But amongst BC players, that's a common knowledge thing. So do you have any good impressions or stories about Jerry in your time there?
I was never one of the guys that could pull off the impressions, but no, I mean, you guys know too. I think he was doing it for so long, and it seemed like every single day you get to the rink, and he was so excited about that day, and it was impressive. You can only imagine the amount of practices that he went through, and it seemed like every single day was his favorite one and the one he was most excited about. And so in a college schedule, you practice a lot, and I think that's one of the reasons that I felt like it would be more beneficial for me to be in college, just to have that extra practice time. But it can get a little mundane sometimes, and I think he did an incredible job of making it completely the opposite of that.
Just a legendary coach, though.
You know when he would practice his golf swing?
Yeah, hey, I'm trying to really drive my hips
In
to
his
the ball for you.
office.
What do you got? I'm like, I'm not a good golfer, Jerry. I don't know.
Slice. I keep slicing it.
I'm not a good golfer. You're asking the wrong guy. Ask Bry. He knows how to hit him.
You met Emily at BC, correct?
Yep. Yeah.
And so
He was, on the team then?
who's a better skater?
Her.
Like, who has a better
100%.
stride? Yeah, Em.
Definitely.
I mean, you're a pretty electric
Still
skater
now,
yourself,
too.
so that's a compliment. And your son,
Hudson has no excuse.
yeah, he must be a better skater than me already at this point, just based on that fact. So
It's funny, like when we found out that Emily was pregnant, we were kind of just talking about what it's going to be like to be parents, and obviously people were already kind of telling us like, oh, he's going to be so good at hockey and stuff like that. And we both looked at each other and were like, okay, we both agree we don't care that he plays hockey or not, and but sure enough, it must be in his blood or something, because it's literally all he wants to do all day long.
Look at that
I get
cake.
home from the rink, he looks at me and just goes, "Dad, play tick." All right, buddy.
Nothing better than that. Look at that cake. Where'd you
Oh
make
yeah,
that?
that's
Did you
all
make
Em.
it?
Em was all over that.
Oh,
No, she there was somebody in Toronto actually that put that all together. So
it's a heck of
pretty
a cake.
impressive.
Unbelievable. Did you even eat it?
I know. I didn't even just look at it. It's like cake or
You
not.
know,
Let's
I
go.
couldn't.
Well, you can't. Yeah, you can't eat it. Poor guy. We got a pretty cool photo here from your wedding. We can pull it up. Can we pull that up now? There we are.
Oh, yeah.
That was such a
Awesome.
fun time.
We had a great
Thank
time.
you so much for having us.
All those BC alum. It was a great, just kind of BC weekend
Glad
for
you
us.
guys were able to make it.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fantastic. Wear your
Eagles,
jerseys too. That's perfect.
And if you know one thing about Bry, you notice him on the dance floor, so he must have he was just tearing it up out there. So,
Eagles on the warpath, baby.
ooh, ah.
That was a good time. But then at the end, at night, we had a nice. All right, we'll talk about that later. Well, what was your favorite place to eat off campus? Were you allowed to go anywhere, or did you have to have your food shipped in from somewhere that was? What was it?
Actually, when I was in
Gluten-free,
college,
lactose-free.
for everybody that's confused, I just can't have gluten or dairy, and Brian loved making fun of me for it.
You can't eat anything.
No, when I was in college, I could. No, I mean, I was lucky enough to be on scholarship when I was at BC, and so we had our meal cards and had access to the dining halls, and so yeah, if I texted my dad or something like that, like, hey, could I go get Chipotle or something like that, he'd be like, oh, is your meal card broken?
They had a scholarship, son. Just crushing those buffalo chicken wraps at lower cafeteria late night.
I used to
Exactly.
sneak
They're
in-
Good, so
They're really
I
I
good.
used to
didn't mind.
sneak in like extra chicken. I
Yeah.
never would get salad.
On your
and then
salads?
someone showed me like put some salad on there and throw extra three extra pieces of
Except
chicken
your-
breast.
Your clear plastic container of salad is like steaming hot. It's
Oh,
got
that-
the steam on it. It's like, why is your salad steaming?
They
It's
were
on
on to me. They
Well, I
made
had
me wait.
Emily too, so once my card was done, I could steal hers.
Classic.
It's all a big shell game.
Did you ever try a Godzilla burger? Eagles Deli. They should pay us for
Oh.
this.
Yeah, that's not healthy. Though.
Yeah, seriously.
What?
But the Godzilla burger, that'll get you, man.
Well, when I got to Florida and I got to play with you, I noticed on the wall there was basically like the fitness champion for training camp.
Mhm.
And it was just all sorts of guys, and then just like 5 in a row were Mike Matheson, Mike Matheson, Mike Matheson, Mike Matheson. You take your training very seriously, obviously. Where do you train in Montreal? I know you were training with Chris Letang. What's your summer off-season training program like? How many NHL guys are there? Where's your gym?
So yeah, I spent a lot of time training back home in Montreal with John Chamberg, who also trains Tanger and a few other guys. And actually now we're back in Buffalo in the off seasons. We built a house there. That's where Emily's from, and so it actually works out great right now, especially playing in Montreal. That we spend half the year during the season close to my family, and then the other half close to hers. And so I was lucky enough to put a gym in our house there in Buffalo, and have been working with our trainer in Montreal with the Canadians, Dale LeBlanc. So being able to work with him year round has been great. It's obviously such an important part of being an athlete, and like you said, something that I definitely take pretty seriously.
His house in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Is it still being built or is it finished? Are they almost done with
No,
it?
it's done. Yeah, we were there all last summer. We got into it, so it was
Guys,
great.
Yeah.
He was building a house in Buffalo for half a decade. I
Oh,
feel
just
like.
the longest, like the big dig.
It
Huh?
felt like it
Yeah.
through COVID. Yeah, it was not the time to be building something. That's for sure.
Well, that video montage of the workouts just reaffirms that all redheads are elite physical athletes. So
There's too many redheads
I
on the
know
show today.
it just confirms that. So it's not a myth, people.
We got a video here. I want to see your thoughts on this. If we can pull it up.
Oh,
What was this thought process like? Here you are, no
the
hands.
first part.
Look, Mom, no hands. Paddling the wakeboard yourself.
How are you even moving? How are you getting momentum there?
Yeah, so we were that was like a few summers ago when wake surfing kind of just became a thing, and we didn't know at all what we were doing, and so we were just kind of making it up as we go. So that's Emily and I trying to do
Tandem.
it on the
That's
same board
impressive.
together.
That's really
bananas.
impressive. You both need to be really strong to do that. So that's very impressive.
How many push-ups did
It was
you
a
do
lot of
before
fun.
you threw that life vest on? The arms were yoked.
that was all from Rusta Rosa.
Rusta Rosa.
Russell the
Wait
Wild
until
Muscle.
you could get him shut.
Shout out to him.
Oh, all right. Here's the segment called "What Were You Thinking?" We're gonna show some photos, and you got to tell us what you were thinking.
Honestly, not a whole lot there.
Doesn't
That
look
was
like it.
that was so after my first goal, but we lost the game, and so I was going to work out after the game, kind of pissed that we lost the game, and somebody was like, "Take a picture with your first goal, fuck."
Were you in Tampa?
not
I
a
think
whole
I was.
lot
I
with
might have been in this.
You're on the ice? Were you dash there?
Oh no.
no
Was I
chance.
on the ice?
No, you would have had him. You would have covered.
I can't. I'm not covering him.
All right, let's go to another one here. Let's get your opinion on what were you thinking?
Oh yeah.
Frozen. That's
making me
one of
cold.
those
Elsa?
cryo chamber. Yeah, those pods get so cold, but I love them. Have you guys ever taken a nap after
Oh, yeah.
taking a cryo?
Buddy, I'd
Best
have the
thing in the
cryo,
world.
then I'd drink one of your shakes after practice and have the best nap ever in Pittsburgh.
Right.
It's fantastic. He makes the best shakes. I gotta get
they-
back.
are
You
they
gotta get me
gluten-free?
those ingredients again.
Yeah.
'Cause I forgot. I've lost it.
But they're gluten and dairy free, though, right?
Yeah, I remember macadamia milk.
I'm surprised you even drank those because I know
Yeah,
you're kinda
macadamia
off
milk's
and all that.
delicious.
I know.
Doesn't
They're
sound
good,
like
though.
you.
They're so good.
They're good.
That was fantastic. And what do we got here?
I think was that an overtime goal? I think it was.
Correct.
Good. Look at
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So just a lot of excitement. Obviously, wish I'd been able to score it on the first one, but I was glad I found it
What a fire pit that
afterwards.
was.
I liked how you picked
Yeah,
the corner
that
here.
was,
Nicely done.
surprised I didn't miss the net.
You got a few of those, right?
What's that?
You have a few-
Overtime?
OT game winners, right?
I think yeah, a couple.
Here comes another
Maybe
one.
2 or
Oh,
3.
hey, oh, there's one.
Oh, crashing the net.
Okay.
Oh wow.
You got a nose for the net for a defenseman, I got to say.
Very offensive.
Here's the last one. Oh, the Islanders. Yeah. Oh,
Oh yeah, that one actually they almost called back. We were waiting for
I remember that.
almost 10 minutes.
I was watching
On
that
the
game.
ice.
Yeah, that's right. That was you. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Good finish. He's got a nose for the net. I'll give him that.
White the Sully.
All right. We got a couple more here, right?
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Oh, that was cool. Yeah, so that was Emily knew that dancing wasn't necessarily the thing that I was most excited about our wedding, and so she was super excited about doing this. I'd mentioned that, like, if that was something that we could do, it'd be fun to have some fireworks at some point. And so we were standing there, and the show's going on for like 20 minutes, and I'm looking at her going like, how much did this cost? Like, this is insane. And she said apparently the guy did it for like $700 Canadian or something like that. And I was
30
like,
bucks
"There's no way.
American.
This is better than Canada Day fireworks and
We're on in
Fourth
Canada.
of July Day fireworks." So apparently it was, and it was definitely a cool moment.
Yeah, we appreciated that. That was a great fireworks show. I remember that night.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was
I
actually-
barely
You had
remember
your
that part.
jerseys off by then,
We
which is
did.
great.
Yeah, we were tarps off at that point. All right.
We got at least one. Oh, we got one more. Two more.
Two
Here's
more.
one.
Just survive. That's all I'm thinking, man.
I don't envy you guys. You guys had to do that kind of stuff. I don't think I would have fared very well.
Matty's really strong. You saw his muscles in the
I did.
wake surfing thing. And so is Kachuk. That's a good fight.
That was a good
Yes,
fight. That
he
picture
is.
kind of paints a poor picture.
Well, the thing about fights is sometimes you get punched too.
That's
And our,
Yeah, I mean, I don't think punching and fighting is the best part of my game. So whenever I'm in that situation, it's probably not a good thing.
stand in there nice. That's excellent. All right, here's the last one. What were you, how scared were you here?
Terrifying. Actually, speaking of that game in Tampa, I remember my first training camp. My first game in preseason, you dumped the puck right in my corner. I was like, oh, this might be the end of my career before it even begins.
And you just turned around, went and broke it out, and nothing happened.
I
Classic
don't know.
Brad
You
chip and
flee
chase.
by me in that clip right
I had
there.
deceptive
You're moving.
speed.
You were
Probably
cruising there.
not.
Deceptive speed.
We
I was
both
well
made that
rested.
stuff, Yeah. Well, good, fresh legs. Yeah. That's right.
Oh, Matty, this was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. We've been trying to get you on for a couple weeks, but all the best to you, to Em, Hudson, and Montreal the rest of the way.
Great having you on, man. Yeah, good
Yeah,
luck the rest
thank
of the
you.
way.
Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys having me on. It's fun to catch up with some BC guys.
Don't do it again. Oh. Thanks,
All
Matty.
right, buddy. Take care.
All right, thanks for having me. See you guys.